Welcome to tonight's Advent story time. First, we're going to light the Advent wreath. First, I will light a pink, and then 2 of the purple for the 3rd week of Advent. Tonight, I'll be reading 2 stories. The first one is Journey of the Magi. Now, a long way away lived 3 Magi, or kings, who were scanning the skies for beautiful things, when what to their wondering eyes should appear but a star in the east, shining bold, bright, and clear. Journey of the Magi. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem and asked, "Where is the one who has been born King of Jews? We saw his star when it rose, and have come to worship him." The star they had seen when it rose went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw the star, they were overjoyed. Matthew 2, 1 through 3, and 9 through 10. Now the story. In the faraway land of Persia, 3 wise men stood in the tent, poring over their carefully drawn chart of the night skies. "If our measurements are correct," said the first one as he tapped the chart with his finger, "that huge star is directly over Israel, somewhere near the town of Bethlehem." "Then that's where we'll find the king," the second one whispered, his eyes shining with excitement. The 3 wise men went outside and squinted into the dark skies above. There it was, the biggest, brightest star the astrologers had ever seen, shining in the east. "We leave tomorrow," the third one said. It was thousands of miles from Persia to Bethlehem. The 3 wise men traveled through the hot, sandy desert, resting during the day and riding through the night, following the stars that led them on their way. And finally they came to the place where Jesus was. At long last, after waiting many years and traveling thousands of miles, they were standing on the threshold of meeting the promised one. At the loud knock, Joseph opened the door. He was amazed to see 3 men, splendidly dressed, standing in front of him. "Where's our king?" the wise men asked as they bowed low to the ground. "For we have come to worship him." Now for the second story. Gifts for a king. "Let's find the new king," the 3 Magi cried as they jumped on their camels and started to ride. And they knelt before Jesus with gifts to behold as Mary remembered the things she'd been told. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of frankincense, gold, and myrrh. Matthew 2:11. "Mary, there's someone to see Jesus," Joseph said as he ushered the visitors into the room. Mary was sitting by the window with her son on her lap, and she looked up in surprise to see 3 men who looked like kings standing in the doorway. Each one was holding a shiny, precious gift, and their splendid robes swished on the floor as they walked toward him. "We are here to worship the king," said the first as he knelt in front of Jesus. Mary marveled at his purple cloak and the sparkling jewels in his crown. "I bring gold for the king," he said softly as he placed a glittering vessel on the ground in front of Jesus. Mary looked at the gold and remembered then the angel Gabriel's visit. It seemed like a long time ago now, but Mary could still hear his words. "The Lord God will make him a king." "And I bring frankincense," the second one said as he carried a jeweled jar towards Jesus. Mary couldn't help noticing his fur-lined cloak and the glittering rings adorning his fingers as he placed his gift on the floor. "This incense is a sign of our worship," he said. Mary looked at the incense and remembered then how incense was used by the priests in the temple as they worshipped God. "And I bring myrrh, an expensive perfume," the third one said softly, as he knelt and placed a golden urn before Jesus. "Thank you," said Mary. As the wise men looked deep into her eyes, the room was silent. Later that night, after the 3 wise men were long gone, Mary stood by her window and looked at the bright, shining star that had led them to her son. She swayed gently back and forth as she lulled Jesus to sleep on her shoulder. And in the corner of the room, the light of the star, sat 3 shining gifts of gold, frankincense, Please pray with me now. Dear God, thank you for the gifts that the wise men brought to Jesus. Thank you for the gifts that we will give and receive this Christmas.